Every 40 seconds, someone in the United States experiences a heart attack. That's a staggering statistic, a relentless ticking clock silently claiming lives, often leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions and profound grief. We often picture a heart attack as a sudden, crushing chest pain, a dramatic collapse straight out of a Hollywood movie scene. But what if I told you that this dramatic portrayal is largely a myth? What if the real danger lies in the subtle, insidious whispers your body sends, signals that are easily dismissed, misinterpreted, or outright ignored? Today we're diving deep into a topic that could genuinely save your life, or the life of someone you love. This is not just another health video. This is a critical exploration of these 7 hidden heart attack warning signs you're ignoring. The truth is, many heart attacks don't announce themselves with a bang, but with a whimper. They manifest through symptoms so common, so seemingly benign, that we often attribute them to stress, fatigue, or simply getting older. But ignoring these subtle cues can have devastating consequences. The purpose of this video is urgent and profound, to equip you with the knowledge to recognize these often overlooked indicators before it's too late. Imagine having a secret language with your body, a language that, once understood, becomes your most powerful defense against one of the leading causes of death worldwide. This isn't about fear-mongering, it's about empowerment through education. It's about shifting our perception from the dramatic to the discreet, from the obvious to the insidious. For decades, medical professionals have observed a disconnect between public perception and the reality of cardiovascular events. While the classic elephant on the chest symptom is indeed a sign, it's far from the only one, and often not even the most prevalent, especially for certain demographics. Our goal today is to bridge that gap, to shine a light on the less obvious but equally critical warning signs that your heart might be in distress. We'll delve into why these symptoms are so frequently missed, the physiological reasons behind them, and most importantly, what you can do when you recognize them. This isn't just theory, it's practical, life-saving information. Think of your body as a complex machine, constantly sending feedback. Sometimes that feedback is loud and clear. Other times, it's a faint signal, easily drowned out by the noise of daily life. Today, we're turning up the volume on those faint signals. We want you to become an expert listener to your own body and to the bodies of those you care about. The insights we're about to share are drawn from extensive medical research and clinical observations, translating complex physiological responses into understandable, actionable knowledge. We will explore symptoms that defy the typical heart attack stereotype, symptoms that are often brushed aside as minor inconveniences. But in the context of your heart health, no symptom is truly minor. Each one is a potential message, a plea for attention from your most vital organ. So I urge you, pay close attention. Take notes if you need to. Share this information with your family and friends, because understanding these hidden warning signs isn't just about personal well-being. It's about fostering a community where everyone is equipped to recognize and act upon these crucial signals. Your heart and the hearts of your loved ones depend on it. This journey into the subtle language of heart attacks begins now. Prepare to challenge everything you thought you knew about this silent killer. The common image of a heart attack, ingrained in our minds by countless movies and television shows, is a dramatic, sudden event. A person clutching their chest, collapsing in excruciating pain. This Hollywood depiction, while occasionally accurate, has unfortunately created a widespread misconception that often leads to tragic delays in seeking help. The reality for many, especially women and older adults, is far more nuanced, presenting as a series of subtle, often confusing signals that bear little resemblance to the textbook chest-clutching scenario. In truth, a heart attack, medically known as a myocardial infarction, occurs when the blood flow to a part of the heart muscle is severely reduced or blocked. This blockage is typically due to a buildup of fat, cholesterol, and other substances, forming plaques in the arteries that feed the heart. When one of these plaques ruptures, a blood clot forms, obstructing blood flow. Without oxygen and nutrients, the affected heart muscle begins to die. This critical process underscores why early recognition and intervention are paramount. Every minute counts, as time is muscle. The longer the blockage persists, the more extensive the damage to the heart. Understanding the underlying physiology helps us grasp why symptoms can vary so much. Our bodies are complex, and the way pain and discomfort are perceived and interpreted isn't always straightforward. Beyond the immediate blockage, there are broader risk factors that predispose individuals to heart disease, making them more susceptible to these events. These include genetic predispositions, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, smoking, obesity, and a sedentary lifestyle. While we won't delve deeply into each of these today, it's crucial to acknowledge their role in increasing vulnerability. So, if heart attacks can be so insidious, why are these crucial warning signs so frequently missed? Several factors contribute to this dangerous oversight. Firstly, there's the psychological phenomenon of denial. Faced with potentially life-threatening symptoms, it's natural to want to dismiss them, to attribute them to something less serious, something that doesn't disrupt our daily lives. We tell ourselves it's just indigestion, a pulled muscle, or simply stress. This self-deception can be a powerful barrier to seeking timely medical attention. Secondly, there's a profound lack of awareness. Many people genuinely don't know that a heart attack can manifest as anything other than severe chest pain. They're not equipped with the knowledge that we're sharing today, which means they're not actively looking for these subtle cues. They might experience shortness of breath or unusual fatigue and genuinely believe it's due to being out of shape or simply overworked, rather than a sign of cardiac distress. Thirdly, the symptoms themselves can be ambiguous. Unlike a broken bone, which often presents with clear, localized pain, many heart attack symptoms are diffuse, mimicking other, less serious conditions. This ambiguity, combined with our tendency to normalize discomfort, creates a perfect storm where critical warning signs are overlooked until it's too late. The insidious nature of these less common symptoms means that by the time they become undeniable, significant damage may have already occurred. This is precisely why the window for early intervention is so critical. Medical advancements have made it possible to significantly reduce damage and improve outcomes if treatment is initiated quickly. Procedures like angioplasty, which reopens blocked arteries, are most effective when performed within the first few hours of a heart attack. Delaying care, even by an hour or two, can mean the difference between a full recovery and permanent heart damage, or even fatality. Our mission here is to shrink that delay, to empower you with the knowledge to recognize these quieter alarms and to act decisively. Because when it comes to your heart, being informed isn't just power, it's potentially life-saving. Now let's dive into these often missed signals, the subtle whispers your body might be sending before a shout. The first hidden warning sign we need to discuss is unusual fatigue. This isn't your everyday tiredness from a long day at work or a restless night. This is a profound, persistent exhaustion that seems to come out of nowhere and doesn't improve with rest. Many individuals, especially women, report experiencing this extreme fatigue for weeks, even a month, leading up to a heart attack. It's a weariness that permeates every aspect of life, making simple tasks feel monumental. Why is it so often ignored? We tend to attribute it to stress, the demands of modern life, lack of sleep, or simply getting older. We rationalize it away, telling ourselves we just need a vacation or a few more hours of sleep. However, medically speaking, this intense fatigue can be a critical indicator that your heart is working much harder than it should be. When blood flow is restricted, your heart has to exert significantly more effort to pump blood throughout your body, leading to systemic exhaustion. It's your heart screaming for help in a whisper. The second crucial sign, frequently dismissed, is shortness of breath, also known as dyspnea. This isn't just being winded after a strenuous workout. We're talking about difficulty breathing with minimal exertion, or even when you're at rest. Imagine walking up a flight of stairs that you usually tackle with ease, and suddenly finding yourself gasping for air, or waking up in the middle of the night feeling like you can't catch your breath. This symptom is often brushed aside as a sign of being out of shape, having mild asthma, or simply anxiety. Many people attribute it to seasonal allergies or even a common cold. But when your heart isn't pumping blood efficiently, fluid can back up into your lungs, leading to a sensation of breathlessness. Your body is struggling to get enough oxygen, and this struggle manifests as dyspnea. It's a direct consequence of a struggling heart failing to adequately circulate blood. forcing your respiratory system to compensate. Our third hidden warning sign is pain radiating to other areas. This is a particularly insidious symptom because it diverts attention from the heart itself. While the classic image of a heart attack involves chest pain, the discomfort often spreads. You might experience pain or discomfort in your jaw, neck, back, stomach, or one or both arms, particularly the left arm. This pain can be dull, aching, or even a sense of pressure rather than sharp, localized agony. It's easily mistaken for a host of other issues: a stiff neck from sleeping wrong, a muscle strain from lifting something heavy, indigestion, or even a toothache. The medical explanation for this referred pain lies in the shared nerve pathways between the heart and these other body parts. When the heart is in distress, the brain can misinterpret the source of the pain, projecting it to areas that share neural connections. This neurological crossover means your back might ache or your jaw might feel tight, all while your heart is silently crying out for attention. Have you ever experienced any of these sensations and simply shrugged them off, figuring they were minor inconveniences? If so, you're not alone, but understanding their true significance can be a game changer. Moving beyond fatigue, shortness of breath, and radiating pain, our fourth hidden warning sign often masquerades as something far less sinister: nausea, vomiting, or indigestion. This cluster of symptoms is particularly prevalent in women who might describe it as flu-like, a persistent stomachache, or even intense heartburn. It's easy to dismiss these sensations, attributing them to a bad meal, a stomach bug, or simply acid reflux. After all, who hasn't experienced indigestion after a heavy dinner? However, when these symptoms appear in conjunction with other subtle signs or without any obvious dietary trigger, they warrant serious attention. Medically, reduced blood flow to the digestive system during a cardiac event can trigger these gastrointestinal disturbances. The body, under immense stress, can divert blood away from non-essential functions like digestion, leading to nausea. Furthermore, the vagus nerve, which connects the brain to the heart and the digestive tract, can become irritated, sending signals that manifest as stomach discomfort. Imagine waking up with an upset stomach that just won't quit, or feeling nauseous for no clear reason. Most of us would reach for an antacid or assume we've caught a virus, completely overlooking the possibility that our heart is in distress. This misinterpretation can be critically dangerous, delaying much-needed medical intervention. Next, we delve into the fifth subtle indicator: lightheadedness or dizziness. This is more than just a momentary head rush from standing up too quickly. We're talking about feeling faint, unsteady, or as if you might pass out at any moment. It can feel like the room is spinning, or a sudden wave of weakness washes over you. Many people dismiss this as a consequence of dehydration, low blood sugar, or simply being tired. It's a common complaint, especially in busy lives, and therefore often overlooked as a significant health warning. However, when your heart is struggling to pump blood efficiently, your brain may not receive an adequate supply of oxygenated blood. This insufficient cerebral perfusion triggers feelings of lightheadedness or dizziness. Your body is essentially signaling that a vital organ, your brain, is being deprived, and the root cause could be your failing heart. Picture yourself going about your day, and suddenly, without warning, you feel profoundly disoriented, like the world is tilting. It's a terrifying sensation, but one that many individuals rationalize away, failing to connect it to their cardiac health. Our sixth hidden warning sign is perhaps one of the most unsettling and frequently ignored: sweating, particularly cold sweats. This isn't the sweat you experience after a vigorous workout or on a hot summer day. This is a sudden, drenching perspiration that often feels cold and clammy, occurring without any apparent reason. No physical exertion, no high temperatures, no fever. Many attribute this to anxiety, a sudden drop in blood sugar, or, for women, the onset of menopause. It's an uncomfortable experience that we often try to explain away with the most immediate, benign explanation. However, medically, breaking out in a cold sweat can be a powerful indication that your body is in a state of crisis. When the heart muscle is damaged or struggling due to a blocked artery, your body activates its fight or flight response. This intense physiological stress triggers the sympathetic nervous system, leading to widespread sweating as the body tries to cool itself down and cope with the internal emergency. It's your body's primal alarm system sounding, but often we silence it with rationalizations. It's an interesting and critical point to note that women, more often than men, tend to experience these atypical symptoms, the nausea, the unexplained fatigue, the cold sweats, rather than the classic crushing chest pain often depicted in media. This difference in symptom presentation is a significant factor in why heart attacks in women are often misdiagnosed or diagnosed later, leading to poorer outcomes. Understanding these nuances is not just academic, it's life-saving knowledge. This brings us to our seventh and final hidden heart attack warning sign, one that is often mistaken or downplayed because it doesn't always manifest as the dramatic, crushing pain we've been conditioned to expect, discomfort or pressure in the chest. While classic chest pain is a hallmark sign, many individuals experience something far more subtle, a feeling of fullness, squeezing, or an uncomfortable pressure, rather than sharp, acute pain. Imagine an elephant sitting on your chest, or a tight band constricting you, but without the intense, piercing sensation of a true pain. This discomfort might come and go, making it easy to dismiss as anxiety, stress, or even mild indigestion, particularly if it's not accompanied by other dramatic symptoms. The insidious nature of this symptom lies in its variability. It might feel like a dull ache, a burning sensation, or simply an uncomfortable heaviness. It might not even be central to your chest. It could be slightly off to one side. Because it's not always a searing pain, people often rationalize it away. They might take an antacid, assume they're just stressed from work, or attribute it to a recent meal. Yet this feeling of pressure or squeezing is precisely what happens when the heart muscle is starved of oxygen due to a blocked artery. The lack of blood flow irritates nerve endings, which the brain interprets as discomfort or pressure. It's the classic symptom, yes, but its presentation is so varied that it frequently gets misinterpreted, leading to dangerous delays in seeking help. This is why it's so crucial to pay attention to any unusual or persistent chest sensation, even if it doesn't fit the Hollywood heart attack mold. So, what should you do if you experience one or more of these subtle yet critical warning signs? The most important takeaway from this entire discussion is this: when in doubt, seek immediate medical attention. Do not wait. Do not try to diagnose yourself. Do not try to tough it out. The phrase, "time is muscle," is not merely a medical slogan, it is a stark reality. Every minute that passes during a heart attack means more heart muscle damage, which can lead to long-term complications, a reduced quality of life, or even death. Your action plan should be clear and swift. First and foremost, do not drive yourself to the hospital. This puts you and others at unnecessary risk. Instead, call emergency services immediately, whether that's 911, 999, or your local emergency number. When you call, clearly describe your symptoms. The emergency operators are trained to assess the situation and dispatch the appropriate medical professionals, who can begin treatment even before you reach the hospital. If you are not allergic to aspirin and have been advised by the emergency operator, chewing an aspirin can help thin your blood and potentially reduce the damage to your heart while you wait for help to arrive. Do not, under any circumstances, try to walk off the symptoms or wait to see if they improve. Your gut feeling, that nagging sense that something isn't right, is often your body's most powerful warning system. Trust it. Be empowered by this knowledge to act decisively, not just for yourself, but to educate those around you. This decisive action, this willingness to pick up the phone, is the single most critical step you can take. But beyond immediate response, what can we do to prevent these terrifying scenarios from ever unfolding? Prevention, as always, remains our strongest shield against heart disease. It begins with cultivating a lifestyle that actively supports cardiovascular health. This means embracing a diet rich in whole, unprocessed foods. Think vibrant fruits and vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats. It means making regular physical activity a non-negotiable part of your routine, aiming for at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity exercise each week. It means finding effective ways to manage stress, whether through meditation, hobbies, or simply spending time in nature. And crucially, if you are a smoker, it means taking the courageous step to quit, as smoking is a primary driver of heart disease. Beyond these foundational habits, prevention also involves proactive engagement with your healthcare. Regular checkups are not just routine appointments, they are opportunities to understand your body better. Know your numbers, your blood pressure, your cholesterol levels, both LDL and HDL, and your blood sugar. These metrics provide vital insights into your cardiovascular risk profile. Discuss your family history with your doctor, as genetics play a significant role. Be open about any symptoms, no matter how minor or seemingly unrelated they appear. Your doctor needs the full picture to offer the best guidance. This isn't about living in fear, it's about living responsibly and intelligently, giving your heart the best chance to thrive for decades to come. As we conclude this vital conversation, let's reflect on the profound importance of self-awareness. Our bodies are complex, finely tuned machines, and they often send us signals, whispers, before they become shouts. Learning to interpret these whispers, especially when it comes to our heart, is an invaluable skill. It's about listening to what your body is telling you rather than dismissing discomfort or attributing it to something less serious out of convenience or denial. The hidden warning signs we've explored today, from unusual fatigue to subtle chest pressure, are not always obvious. They don't always fit the dramatic narrative we've been conditioned to expect. But recognizing them, understanding their potential significance, can literally be the difference between life and death. This knowledge is too important to keep to yourself. We urge you, share this information with your loved ones, your friends, your family. Start conversations about heart health. Encourage those around you to be proactive about their well-being. Empower them with the understanding that not all heart attacks announce themselves with a bang. Encourage them and yourself to consult with a medical professional about personal risk factors. Discuss your lifestyle, your concerns, and develop a personalized plan for heart health. Knowledge truly is power, and in this case it is the power to protect your heart and the hearts of those you care about most. Don't underestimate the quiet signals your body sends. Value your life, value your health, and act proactively. Your heart is an incredible organ, tirelessly working for you every second of every day. It deserves your attention, your care, and your informed protection.